coming into this game, Grant. Is it fair to say this feels like it should be a blowout?
Well, on paper, that would be the assumption. But, B.A., this is why we play the games. Anything can happen, and any team can pull off an upset.
A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. We've got James Harden, Sam Merrill out there with Dean Wade. Then there's Mitchell, and it's Mobley in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Merrill. I got him. 4 on the clock. Harden with a bucket.
Yeah, James Harden's ability to finish with either hand, so crafty, understanding how to navigate around defenses when he's in the painted area.
Here's Flag. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. That one on Merrill. Well, Grant, in 2024, you added Cooper Flag to the USA Select team before he even played a game in college.
You know, B.A., he made me look really good, too. You know, he performed extremely well against the men's national team. And at just the age of 17, he already looked like one of the better players on the court that day.
And he makes a first. And the Mavericks are in the planning stages for a new arena set to open by 2031.
Yeah, their existing arena opened in 2001. A 30-year run for an NBA venue is pretty typical. And remember, it's big business. New arenas are often the anchor tenant for larger developments.
And so he hits both.
And we talk about generational talents. Cooper Flag certainly on that list. He has a very high floor with a Hall of Fame ceiling.
Harden, the pass to Mobley. And here's Mitchell. Oh, sweet move. And he gets it to go.
And that's because of the size and strength of Mitchell. If you're going to foul him, you've got to make sure it's so good that he can't get the N1.
Well, Doris, Donovan Mitchell has really proven to be the kind of star you can build your team around.
Donovan Mitchell experienced a high level of winning as a young player, but he hasn't broken through and won a championship. So now every aspect of what he does is about making sure the group thrives. That's why you want to build around him.
That free throw is good for Mitchell. And sometimes when a team trades a ton of picks for a star player, there's some buyer's remorse. But that has not been the case with the Cavs and Donovan Mitchell, Grant.
Yeah, he's been everything they hoped he would be, B.A. Not just dominating, but sacrificing as well.
Gafford the screen. Stolen by Mobley. Pass to Harden. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Now Mitchell. Here's Wade. 6 to shoot. Left side, Harden. And there are the Cavaliers with another bucket.
Well, if it's James Harden taking the mid-range, I'm fine with it. This guy is a 3-level scorer par excellence.
Gafford. Oh, and Mobley with the block. Mitchell into the lane. From the line. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. Pass to Christie. Here's Flag. To the paint. Here's Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
Yeah, I like Flag in that 2-man game. It makes the defense have to decide.
Inside. Here's Mitchell. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
What a great start. They've only missed 1 thus far.
Mavericks trail by 5. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Here's Flag. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Man, this is the kind of pressure Flag puts on defenses. He knows how to get them to foul.
And he'll take his third and fourth free throws of the night.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And tonight is the first of a 2-game series between these teams.
BA, we don't see it a lot, but you do see it occasionally. And the reason it's fun, it's almost like a mini playoff series.
So he gets them both. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing their last matchup with Orlando.
It's never easy to win games when you're missing free throws. They had to be better.
You know this. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road.
Now here's Merrill. He's coming off a 13-point game against Orlando. Christie against Harden. Back to Wade. It's tipped. Stolen by Gafford. Mitchell up top, guarded by Marshall. Now Mitchell. He's coming off a 25-point game against Orlando.
Not to mention the assists he piled up. You can see why his teammates like playing with him.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
2 points. That one goes.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now here's Mitchell. He has 7. Harden from outside drains the triple. Harden's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
Pass to Flag. Marshall outside. Here's Flag. 13 points in the win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And you know, guys, the other thing I really appreciated about his effort in that game was the effort and work on the glass. What a well-rounded performance.
Oh, the hammer. Mobley, a powerful dude out there.
Here's Flag. Washington outside. Fires from the wing. And again, it's Dallas. Now here's Harden. He had a 30-point outing in their last game against the Magic in Orlando. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
A bit ago, Jason Kidd and I were able to chat. We discussed his plans for defending Donovan Mitchell, and he told me for as quick and athletic as Mitchell is, we can't allow him to get downhill. No free runs in the open court, no clear lanes to the bucket. And he added, that's not as easy as it sounds, but that is our goal. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Now here's Merrill. Yet to see a basket. And here comes the break. He goes up, and he caps off the break with a monster slam.
And how about Flag's speed on the breakaway? I mean, this young guy can really move.
Outside Harden. Pass to Mobley. Now here's Merrill. Beyond the arc. And they call an illegal screen here. Here in March, things are heating up. Let's check out the teams in the West. You look at Dallas, their season's basically over, barring some sort of miracle. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Bryant's checked in. Mavericks trail by 4. Marshall outside. Pass to Flag. Gafford the screen. And it's Flag missing.
This guy's such a talented finisher, but the D does just enough.
Merrill up top. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Mobley outside. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up on the baseline. Nice shot by Harden. Harden's got 9.
You can tell he's feeling it. Hasn't missed a single shot all quarter.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Well, James Harden might not be winning MVPs or leading the league in scoring like he used to, Doris, but he can still help you win games.
Oh, B.A., he demonstrated that he can command an offense as the lead guard. He can either score it at a high level or he can make sure he's a facilitator for his team. There is no doubt he contributes to winning in a big way.
It's the 2K leaderboard featuring this month's field goal percentage leaders. In the third spot, Daniel Gafford.
One of the hottest players in the league. He's been really sharp from the field recently.
Back to Christie. Pass to Flag. 5 on the clock. From the wing, Mobley grabs the board.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
Outside for Mitchell. From behind the arc. It's stolen by Washington. And a fast break now. The Mavericks on the run. Here's Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
Yeah, I love to see Daniel Gafford sprint the floor. This guy has got speed and athleticism.
Mobley outside. Back to Harden. Bryant outside. Pass to Mitchell. Here's the screen by Bryant. On the wing, Mitchell. Guarded by Marshall. Here's Harden. Count that bucket. Harden's got 11 points.
Boy, bringing tremendous energy right now, and his teammates are absolutely feeding off it.
Here's Flag. Back to Christie. And here's Washington. Gafford with the ball. Turned in an outstanding game against Memphis. Harden against Christie. Mobley outside. Back to Harden. On the take. And then Harden with the jam.
Well, with that frame and that power, James Harden leaves no doubt.
Mavericks trail by 8. Outside Christie. There's the screen by Marshall. Harden against Christie. Back to Marshall. They set the pick. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And so now a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And the first season matchup for them against the Mavericks this year.
Yes, surprised to split the season series last year. These guys have confidence in themselves against anyone they face.
You wonder if they're looking to take control of this one early. And when you have more talent, you want to keep the other guys from gaining any confidence.
So for Dallas, Martin, he's checked in for Washington, and Middleton subbed in for Christie. And the Cavaliers will go for a different look here. Tyson, he's checked in for Evan Mobley. Ellis comes in for Merrill. Schroeder, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Porter Jr. in for James Harden. Pass to Bryant. Back to Ellis. Oh, got a piece of it. 5 to shoot. Now here's Schroeder. Tightly guarded. Cleveland again missing.
I'm still a bit confused as to why he shot it from that distance.
I think as a player, you have to know your strengths and play to them, and that is not within his range.
Pass to Porter. Here's Tyson. Ellis outside. Bryant against Gafford from deep. And the rebound goes to Dallas. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
And we all know that on the road, you don't usually look so comfortable on the offensive end. But that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
Bryant with it. Gafford picks him up. It's a one-on-one situation. Pass to Tyson. And it's Flagg with a rebound. Mavericks trail by 6. Middleton looking around. Out to the right wing. Gafford in the post. Porter's there. Here's Marshall. Knocks down the long J. Marshall's got 7 points in the game.
Oh, phenomenal work right there. There's times, boy, he can be tough to check.
Ellis outside. Pass to Tyson. Schroeder, a screen on Martin. It's Middleton on the wing. Covered by Schroeder. Middleton passes to Martin. Gafford with a screen on Schroeder. To the middle. Marshall outside. Here's Flagg. He's guarded by Ellis. And Keon Ellis gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Substitution on the court.
And here is Thompson. Looking at his production, close to 12 points a game. Puts up a 3. Sends it home from three-point land. And that'll tie this game up. It's a tie game in Dallas. And we'll be back right after this. Good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Mavericks.
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Klay Thompson is out there with Williams. Then there's Caleb Martin. Then it's Marvin Bagley. And it's Middleton in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And so it's Cleveland with it. Here's Tyson. Still no points. Pass to Harden. 4-3. And his first miss of the day. Now 6 for 7. And here's Middleton. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Martin outside. Here's Williams. Covered by Schroeder. Williams passes to Middleton. Shot clock at 6. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Thompson with a steal. Now Martin. Pass to Williams. Now here's Middleton. Now Bagley. He's guarded by Ellis. Martin, left side. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Here's Williams. Out to Thompson. Fires from deep. Oh, and Klay makes that 3 look so easy.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
And here's Bryant. Outside Harden. Bryant a screen on Thompson. Harden from outside. Rebound by Middleton.
Tried to come right back at him with the three. Not that time.
Martin takes it in. Pass to Williams. Now Thompson. Williams a screen on Harden. Thompson passes to Bagley. Williams from long range. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Harden. Ellis outside. From outside the arc. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Ellis has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. The Mavericks have gotten nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Different look for Dallas. Washington's checked in for Martin. Flag comes in for Chris Middleton. And Christie subbed in for Klay Thompson. Now here's Williams, coming off a 12-point game. Here's Flag, and Keon Ellis gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game.
In the first half, you want to stay aggressive, but you also want to be careful. That is his second foul already.
Here's Williams. No points so far. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Bagley. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Mavericks lead by 2. And so now a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Mitchell's checked in for Schroeder. And now that we have an opportunity, let's check out the top scoring rookies to date. Cooper Flag, number 1.
Every year we see people enter the league and put up points, but he's been in a league of his own.
Cleveland has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Williams against Harden. Over to the left wing. Clock at 6. Tyson with the bucket. Tyson's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
When you are playing with a facilitator like James Harden, you always have to be ready to shoot.
Well, Grant, you look at James Harden's capacity to generate offense. He is still at an elite level.
Yeah, a virtuoso with the rock. Even as he slows down, his ability to change pace keeps defenders off balance and creates for himself and others. It's just a thing to marvel at.
And down it goes. 2 points. Flag's got 8.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Harden against Williams. There's a screen. Harden with it. 13 points in the game. Well, Grant, when you watch an NBA game today, do you wish you played in this era?
Oh, no doubt. It's a lot more open, and there's a greater emphasis on skill and player health. Oh, and by the way, those checks aren't too bad either.
First one falls.
James Harden brings tremendous versatility. He can score it, he can distribute. Whatever you need from him offensively, he can provide it.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Gafford, he's checked in for Bagley. And Chris Middleton is subbed in for Williams. And Cleveland with a change here too. Mobley, he's checked in for Bryant. Harden hits them both.
This guy is such a professional, right? Goes about his business in a highly consistent way.
Middleton outside. To the inside. Here's Flag. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good. And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for Cleveland. It's stolen by Washington. And here's Flag outside. Poke loose.
Boy, not much defensive pressure on that three, but he still couldn't make it.
Harden scanning the floor. Pass to Tyson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Gafford. And in that March stretch, some interesting things going on in the East. Taking a look at Cleveland. They're currently in 4th place. A solid spot to be in late in the year.
Well, I think for Cleveland, they're still in the playoff picture, but it's safe to say they were hoping to be in much better position by this point of the season.
Merrill, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Clock at 2. Harden. The Cavaliers again cannot hit. For Dallas, they've gotten only 3 of 9 attempts to fall in the second. Christie passes to Washington. From the arc. Merrill, that's good. Merrill's got his first 3 points of the game.
Donovan Mitchell showing off that great vision.
Mavericks trail by 4. Here's Flag. Give him 8. It's Middleton on the wing. Shot clock at 6. And it's Middleton finishing it off.
What an aggressive slam by Middleton. Oh, my. I mean, I like when he uses his athleticism like this.
Outside Harden. It's stolen. Pass to Washington. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. In transition, here they come. Here's Mobley. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Cavaliers lead by 4.
Well, right to the rim. If there's a size advantage, you attack immediately.
Washington outside. There's the 3. Drops in the 3. Washington's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Now, P.J. Washington's coaches and teammates always encourage him to be ready to rise and fire. Catch and shoot, just lean into it.
Yes, sir! Mitchell from long range.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Back to Middleton. Pass to Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
Daniel Gafford is a vertical threat at the cup. Look out below.
Outside Harden. Mobley passes to Mitchell. Cleveland working the ball around now. Outside Harden. Gafford grabs the miss. Gafford's got 4 rebounds now.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Coach Kenny Atkinson demanding that Evan Mobley stay in attack mode the entire game. And Mobley said, I have a lot of different skill sets that I can bring to the table. Being out there and challenging myself is going to sharpen them and get them where they need to be. Back over to you guys.
On the rise. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Here's Tyson. The Mavs get their last shot to go. And up the court they come. The Mavericks on the break. Middleton outside. Down low. Here's Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
Well, Daniel Gafford sets a solid screen, gets off it quickly, and gets a bucket.
The Cavaliers have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. The three from Mitchell. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Harden's got 5 assists in the game.
Well, after hitting 0 from distance in the first, that's his second make this quarter.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. The Mavericks making a switch here. Marshall's checked in. Wade, he's checked in for Cleveland. Schroeder comes in for James Harden. Up top, Marshall. Checked by Mitchell. Here's Christie. It's rebounded by Wade.
Listen, that's a quality mid-range shot. He just couldn't capitalize.
Merrill outside. Back to Mitchell. Merrill outside. Pass to Schroeder. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Wade. It's another 3 for Cleveland.
Such a smart decision by Schroeder there. Such a savvy veteran. Get to that kick-out pass. It's so valuable.
Christie passes to Gafford. Here's Flagg. To the middle. Gafford finds Washington. Here's Flagg. Give him 8. Back to Washington. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
But the defense hanging in right there, making that shot really difficult.
Mitchell, the pass to Schroeder. Now here's Mobley. Pass to Merrill. Outside Mitchell. Three-pointer. That's off. 5 for 8 from the floor. Mavericks trail by 4. Here's Flagg. Outside Christie. Washington outside. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Mobley's got his 4th rebound in this one. Schroeder passes to Mobley. On the wing, Mitchell. Outside Schroeder. Over Christie. Schroeder can't get it to go.
This guy does not love to operate in the mid-range, and it showed right there.
Inside. Tipped. 52 seconds left in the first half of this game. Outside Mitchell. 6 to shoot. And he makes it. Mitchell's got 15 points.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Here's Flagg, covered by Merrill. Mitchell, the pass to Wade. Now Merrill. Now Mitchell. Mitchell to the rack. Excellent D there from Marshall. And so that's the end of the first half. The Cavaliers on top, up by 6. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
James, scoring seems to come easy for you. What's your mentality out there?
I just like to have fun. You know, it's all for the kids. It's all for the fans. You know, I think that's what we're here for. And so, you know, guys, just go out there and compete, have fun, and just play hard.
Well, the kids are getting a great show tonight. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
And thank you for joining us, as with 2 quarters in the books, it's looking good for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Their offense is running like a machine there, Shaq. I mean, they're making calculated decisions, kind of like all of those degrees you have. Calculated degrees, very consistent approach, man. I'm telling you, man, just like you.
Yeah, you can't speed them up or slow them down.
And both these teams plagued by the injury bug. Here's a look at who's out of the lineup.
And the fact that Irving's on the sideline is going to make it hard for them. He lightens up his teammates' load with his prolific scoring, dynamic playmaking, and it's not fun for the fans. Kyrie is primetime entertainment.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We are seeing an outstanding game from James Harden.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
Mavericks trail by 6. Kicking off the second half, here's Kenny Atkinson's 5. Dean Wade is out there with Evan Mobley. Then there's Sam Merrill. Then it's James Harden. And it's Mitchell in at the 2.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
Cleveland has gone 7 of 13 from downtown so far in this game. Mitchell with the ball. He's picked up by Christie. Harden with it. Marshall's there. 6 on the shot clock. From deep, Mitchell. Mitchell can't get that one to fall. Dallas has got 4 of 7 threes to go so far in this game. Washington passes to Marshall. Washington outside. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Second personal foul.
Yeah, that's an instance where P.J. Washington just baits the defender into the foul. This guy has such a good feel.
And that one falls for Washington.
Well, for P.J. Washington, it's important he continue to establish himself as a floor spacer. This guy can really make threes.
He's off on the second.
Free throw ring violation. Cleveland ball.
The Cavaliers lead by 3. Outside Harden. On the wing, Mitchell. Guarded by Marshall. Mitchell, the pass to Merrill. Now Harden. Oh, deflected. Oh, and a fast break for Dallas. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
That was an absolutely vicious throwdown by Daniel Gafford. Go get him.
What a sensational move captured from the connected cam. Sponsored by AT&T. And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for Cleveland. Outside Mitchell. Cleveland working the ball around now. They set a pick. Mitchell at close range. Effortless.
Boy, he's been so efficient in this one. That helps your team in so many ways when you can put it in the basket.
Harden against Christie. Washington, a screen on Harden. Christie passes to Marshall. That one falls. Marshall's got 9 points.
Oh, he's hot coming out of the break. 3 up, 3 down.
Mitchell up top, guarded by Marshall. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That one on Marshall.
What you love about Donovan Mitchell is he's already proven that in the playoffs he is willing to be a go-to scorer. He's committed to improving his game. He's got to continue to work at the defensive end of the floor.
First free throw is good.
One of the things about Donovan Mitchell's game that I love is he's got elite athleticism. There is speed, there's burst, and there's physical strength. This guy is very capable offensively.
Both free throws good for Mitchell. Mavericks trail by 3. Christie passes to Gafford. Pass to Flag. Marshall on the wing. Gafford with a screen on Mitchell. Clock at 6. Gafford with the bucket. He's got 12.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Merrill outside. Back to Harden. The 3 is up. Sinks it again. That's his 7th made field goal in 11 tries.
This is the basis of James Harden's game, right? That three-point accuracy opens up every other aspect of the floor and his scoring ability.
Here's Flag. Give him 8. Washington. And Washington powers it through.
Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Mobley, a screen on Christie. Takes the 3. That's off. 7 for 12 now.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Washington against Mobley. For the tie. And it's Washington missing. The Cavaliers leading. Outside Harden. Steps back and fires. This one for 3. Nice shot there, making him 8 for 13.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
A top 3 pick in a loaded 2021 draft. Evan Mobley continues to get better. As scouts predicted he would.
I don't think there is a ceiling on Evan Mobley, BA, because on the offensive end, as good as he is and as much progress as he's made, there's more to come. That belief in his three-point ability is only going to continue to grow with repetition. We know his work habits are exceptional. His off-the-bounce game will develop. His low post game will develop. Like good night and good luck defense.
Mavericks trail by 7. Marshall outside. Here's Flag. Give him 8 points now. They set the pick. The ball's knocked loose. In transition, here comes Cleveland. Here's Mitchell. The slam by Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell cooking right now. Things look easy on the offensive end.
And here's Christie. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Marshall passes to Washington. Nice shot from 10 feet out.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
So it's the Cavaliers now. Now Merrill. To the paint. Here's Flag to the inside. Here's Washington. Oh, he drains it. His 6th making 9 tries so far. Cleveland leading by 5. Outside Mitchell. Back to Harden. And then Harden with the jam.
One of the great NBA players one-on-one in the history of the game, James Harden, has got a rhythm, and that's trouble.
Pass to Gafford. Here's Flag, covered by Merrill. And here's Washington. Just 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot from downtown. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Merrill outside. The three. Christie with a rebound. Mavericks trail by 7. Here's Flag. Give him 8 points now. Top of the key jumper, no good.
Boy, I don't love his shot selection tonight. You've got to work for better looks.
Merrill outside. Back to Mitchell. Cleveland working the ball around now. Mobley down low. Defended by Christie. Uses the glass on the layup. And it's a 9-point Cleveland lead.
Well, Mobley very effective when he gets very good position on the interior.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. Middleton is checked in for Dallas. Bryant, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Here we have the teams that really hustled for those second chance looks the last 10 games. Number 5, the Mavericks.
This squad's been attacking the offensive glass with a ton of energy lately, and it's paid off with a nice pile of second chance points.
And here's Middleton. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 9. Gafford the screen. Middleton passes to Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
I love that you establish Gafford, and because he's cooking, you just say, have at it, young sir.
Outside Mitchell. That one doesn't drop. Christie with some nice D. For Dallas, they've gotten 8 of 11 shots to go in. Efficient so far in the third. Mobley against Washington. Pass to Marshall. Shot clock at 6. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Yeah, nice job there. Just very lackluster defense.
Now here's Harden. Guarded by Marshall. Harden, the pass to Merrill. Here's Marshall, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point in the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Bagley's checked in for the Mavericks. Williams comes in for Chris Middleton. Cleveland also making some changes. Tyson, he's checked in for Evan Mobley. Ellis comes in for Merrill. And it's Dennis Schroeder in for James Harden. Now here's Ellis, averaging around 6 a game. Bryant, a screen on Washington. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Just 3 to shoot. And it's Mitchell, the miss. Mavericks trail by 3. Boy, the offense has been on point.
They have great timing and great communication. So hard to get stops against them.
Williams on the wing, covered by Schroeder. Christie passes to Washington. Now here's Bagley. And he banks in the layup.
They're really working the paint now.
Here's Schroeder. No made baskets yet. Pass to Bryant. Now here's Mitchell, defended by Christie. To get back on track. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Marshall's got 4 rebounds now. Outside, Williams. Christie with a screen on Schroeder. Inside, here's Washington. And Washington powers it through.
P.J. Washington caught his rhythm, and folks, he is cooking right now.
Cleveland has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. And so now a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
And no doubt, coach wants them to improve their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Mavericks with some changes. Martin comes in for Washington, and Chris Middleton is subbed in for Christie. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Porter Jr., he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. Porter, the pass to Schroeder.
Minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to Tyson. Just 2 to shoot. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Martin outside. Here's Middleton. And here's Bagley, covered by Bryant. And Bagley gets it to go on the assist by Middleton. Middleton's got his 4th assist in this one. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Now here's Ellis. Bryant outside. Outside Schroeder. Back to Bryant. And stolen by Bagley. Down low. Kicks it out to Middleton. 58 seconds left in the third. Marshall outside. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
You can't have that type of miscue in this moment in this game. You have to be on the same page.
Flags checked in for Marshall. For Cleveland, they've gotten 7 of 16 shots to go so far in the third quarter. Pass to Tyson. On the wing, Bryant. Cleveland working the ball around now. Bryant, a screen on Martin. Here's Tyson. Sinks it from distance. Tyson's got 6 points.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Now here's Middleton. Fires the 3. No good. Nice D from Ellis. Pass to Tyson. Puts up a deep 3. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. P.J. Washington. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Dallas. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. We'll be right back with you shortly. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. They've got Marvin Bagley. Flag is out there with Williams. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Martin in at the 4 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Middleton passes to Williams. Now Middleton. He's guarded by Ellis. Pass to Bryant. And here's Harden. Bryant, a screen on Middleton. Three-pointer, Harden. And it's flagged with a rebound. Dallas has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Schroeder against Williams. Back to Martin. Here's Flag. Back to Martin. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. To the middle. Here's Tyson. It's good. Off the assist from Harden. And the Cavaliers lead by 2.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
It's Middleton on the wing. And he gets the bucket.
Yeah, scrappy play by Middleton. Going up inside and forcing his shot past the coverage.
Pass to Bryant. Up top, Schroeder. Williams defending. Banked it in off the glass. Schroeder's got his first bucket in this one.
This guy not just a jump shooter now. Dennis Schroeder more than happy to get inside and mix it up.
Now here's Martin. Williams a screen on Harden. Martin outside. And it's Harden who pulls down the rebound. Harden's got 4 rebounds in the game. Up top, Schroeder. Back to Harden. And if you're just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. It's good. And it's a 4-point Cavalier lead.
I tell you what, James Harden has got the kind of frame that he can absorb contact and play right through it.
Middleton outside. To the paint. Here's Bagley. Oh, and Bryant with the block.
Boy, blocking shots is usually about timing, but with Thomas Bryant, it's about that tremendous length.
Here's Flag, defended by Harden. Williams against Schroeder. Williams passes to Martin. Now here's Middleton. Let's go with a 3. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Cleveland leading by 4. Here's Tyson. Pass to Ellis. Here's Schroeder. He's guarded by Martin. Here's Tyson to the inside. No good there. Ooh, good D by Bagley. Here's Flag. Williams up top. Middleton outside. To end the drought. And it's Harden who pulls down the rebound. Harden's got 5 rebounds tonight. And stolen by Williams. Yes, it's good. And the Cavaliers lead by 6. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
And so it's Schroeder with it. He brings it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here in the 4th, they've allowed just 4 points. And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. A big group substitution here for Dallas. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Bagley. Washington comes in for Martin. Marshall, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Christie subbed in for Williams. And the Cavaliers will go for a different look here. Nance, he's checked in for Bryant. Mobley comes in for Tyson. Merrill, he's checked in for Ellis. And Mitchell subbed in for Schroeder. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson as he talked with his team. He was clapping in the huddle, saying to his guys, loving the effort right now, keep the intensity on them. Leave no doubt in their mind that this game is ours. Guys, back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Clock is at 3. Lets it go from the wing. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Marshall's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Washington. Marshall outside. Now here's Christie. Check by Mitchell. And here's Washington. Gafford passes to Washington. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Lets it go. Christie's shot is off. Cleveland leading by 4. Outside Harden. Merrill outside. Pass to Nance. Harden from outside. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Here's Flag. Mobley with the block.
Boy, the reach. Mobley so tough defensively.
Marshall outside. Takes a 3. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Mobley's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Pass to Nance. Outside Mitchell. Nance the screen. Down low. Christie comes with a double team. Outside Mitchell. Mitchell fighting for it inside.
One of the real streak scorers in the game. Donovan Mitchell has heated up and percolated.
Marshall outside. Washington outside. Here's the 3. He's now 8 for 11 after that made shot.
1 this half, 2 for the game. Staying active from beyond the arc.
Outside Mitchell. Mitchell gets by inside.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Pass to Flag. Lobs it up. Deflected.
Geez, you can almost feel his desperation. He wants so badly to see the ball go through the net.
Washington against Mobley. Washington outside. Here's Christie. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
Cleveland leading by 3. Mitchell with the ball. He takes it in. Merrill outside. Pass to Harden. Launches it. Nails it from 3. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's his 3rd triple this half, and that's after hitting only 1 before that.
Christie against Harden. Outside Christie. Here's Flag. 6 to shoot. Soft touch off the glass.
Just tremendous poise on an important possession. Flag has nerves of steel.
Mitchell deciding where to go with it. For 3. Gafford rips down the board.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Now Washington. Marshall inside. Check by Mitchell.
Cavaliers foul. Donovan Mitchell. First personal foul. First team foul. Now at the line for your Mavericks, Najee Marshall, taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Wade, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Hits both from the stripe. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Mitchell outside. Here's Harden. No good from 3. The Mavericks trailing. Washington with the ball. He's picked up by Merrill. That one goes. Yes, sir.
Some guys just have confidence and calmness in these big-time moments. P.J. Washington.
Defensive foul. Sam Merrill. Second personal. Second team foul. Now at the line for your Mavericks, P.J. Washington. Shooting 1.
And that one drops, so now they lead by 1. And Harden's got the ball here for Cleveland. Now Mitchell. Four on the clock. Let's loose for 3. Oh, no good. Dallas has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight.
And what an explosive finisher. Flag's going to give us plenty of highlights in his career.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. And here's Harden. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Now Mobley from deep. Buries it from outside.
I'll tell you, important moment for Evan Mobley. Meeting the moment with a big shot. That's big time.
Here's Flag, covered by Merrill. The shot is money.
Yeah, once Flag gets the ball in there, it's pretty much a done deal.
2-point game. Now Harden. Here's Mobley. It's Merrill on the wing. Oh, they pick off the pass. Here's Flag, covered by Merrill. Christie. Oh, missed on the tray. The Cavaliers shooting 53%. Good efficiency on offense so far. Harden outside. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter here.
Big time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Here's Washington. Christie up top, defended by Harden. Now Gafford. Here's Flag. That's what he wanted.
And zero fear. Cooper Flag, the rook, born for the moment.
Third personal. Third team foul. Now at the line for your Mavericks, Flag. One shot.
And that one misses.
Not the result he or his teammates were hoping for. He could have put this one away.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
They've been behind for a few minutes now.
And I think that's about to change.
Mobley, a screen on Christie. Here's Mobley. Oh, the drop pass, and he dunks it down.
Evan Mobley stepping up big. This guy is so talented.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Here's Flag, covered by Merrill. Can't hit it. Time expires. We're going to overtime. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action. Now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Washington and Gafford, the combo inside. Max Christie is out there with Najee Marshall, and it's Flag in at the 3 spot. Gafford outside. Marshall outside. Here's Gafford, just 5 to shoot. Flag fires. Oh, it's off. Cleveland shooting 55% for the game so far. To take the lead. Mitchell outside. Now Harden. And there's a 3-second violation. And they've been moving the ball really well tonight.
Good things come to those who take good shots.
Gafford against Mobley. Now Christie. Marshall outside. Shot clock at 6. Gafford. It's off.
He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
A lot of it comes down to great fundamentals. Establishing position early, controlling the backboards.
Now Mobley. Mitchell outside. Mobley on a screen to take the lead. Rebounded by Gafford.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Mitchell's gone, only 2 of 7 from outside the arc. Now Washington. That one's in there.
Well, athletic, long, P.J. Washington on the interior. Yeah, that's a pretty good bet.
Harden against Christie. Yes, sir! That That one's good.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
One shot.
They lead as the free throw drops in for him.
When you have one of the great scorers in the history of the game, as you do with James Harden, obviously you want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Now here's Christie. Here's Washington. Ooh, he leaves no question.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
The Cavaliers shooting it with confidence. 54% so far. Now Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Washington with a rebound. For Dallas, they've gotten 2 of 4 attempts to go at OT. We're in OT here with just over 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Flag, covered by Merrill. There's a screen by Marshall. Oh, a gorgeous feed. He hammered it down.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
The triple drop.
James Harden is equally good, passer or scorer. There he sets his teammate up nicely.
For Dallas, they've gotten 3 of 5 attempts to go as we play here in this OT period. Here's Flag, covered by Merrill. Lets it go from 11. Oh, it doesn't go. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Cavaliers. Yes, sir! Bank it in the layup.
Well, James Harden has always absorbed a huge offensive burden. It matters not where he's playing and with whom. The guy is big time in the clutch.
Gafford with a screen on Harden. Ball stolen. Merrill outside. Mobley, a screen on Christie. Fires the 3. No good. The Mavericks trailing. Here's Flag. Oh, he can't get the layup. And here are the Cavaliers now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Harden! The 3 is in!
Big spot. The beard is here. Step up James Harden with a big bucket.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
They don't want to waste time here. If they can score fast enough, they can go back on D and try to get a stop instead of having to foul.
Here's Flag, covered by Merrill. Christie outside. Here's Gafford. Washington, a screen on Mobley. Now Washington, 6 on the shot clock. Count it!
E.J. Washington, this guy has never rattled, my goodness.
And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
And so they foul intentionally.
Third team foul. Donovan Mitchell.
shot.
He gets the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws good, and it's a 5-point game.
If it wasn't out of reach already, guys, those free throws turn the lights off.
And Dallas calls time here. They're behind by 5. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
They need to score, and they need to do it quickly, but it is still possible here.
Christie! It's money from deep.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game. Here's Flag. And the 3 misses. And so the big win by Cleveland in a tight game. They escape with the W, even though they needed a few extra minutes to pull it off.
And both teams gave their all. But when it came down to overtime, it was about who had more determination.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
James, when a game gets close down the stretch like this one did, talk about the mentality this team has to have.
Time to lock in. Time to lock in and get stops when we need to. I always got trust in my guys to make the big plays, make the big shots, and we move on.
The trust paid off. Thanks, James.
All right, thanks, Allie. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching tonight's game. And time now to introduce our player of the game, James Harden.
And going through warm-ups, trying to get into a little... Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA, celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. With Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, I'm Kevin Harlan, and our very own Allie LaForce has the sidelines covered for us tonight. Look at Cleveland's starting group. Sam Merrill out there with Wade. Then it's Mitchell, then it's Harden, and it's Mobley in at the center. Now, here's Mitchell. Pass to Wade. Here's Mitchell. Lets the three fly. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. So, Greg, tonight is night 2 of the back-to-back. These can't be easy to play in.
Yeah, this is a test of will and really of conditioning as well. I expect there to be some big swings tonight. Should be a fun one.
And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Washington passes to Christie. Just 5 on the clock. Gafford kicks to Marshall. Here's Christie. Those three-pointers off the mark. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Here's Merrill. Last time out he had 13 points. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Earlier, I spoke with Jason Kidd. They'll be up against Donovan Mitchell tonight, and Coach is well aware of the challenges that he presents. He said Donovan's so good at changing speeds, it's hard to know when to send help. I'd rather be overly cautious in that regard because if no help comes, then all of a sudden Mitchell is in his groove. Makes sense to me. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Allie, thank you. From deep Harden, another 3 for Cleveland.
This is Harden's mindset, consistent at attacking and looking to shoot off the catch.
Pass to Gafford, and stolen by Mobley. Here's Mitchell. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Now, here's Marshall. Back to Christie. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Gafford sets the pick for Flag. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Cleveland's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Harden against Washington. Here's Merrill. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Yeah, the D is looking helpless to stop them right now. They're doing whatever they want to do on offense.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Let's see some of the numbers here for Donovan Mitchell.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Marshall. Here's Flag. Now, Washington, the scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. To the wing on the left. And here is Marshall. 2 on the clock. Stolen by Mitchell. Now Harden, defended by Christie. Harden dishes to Mobley. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
Flag. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
So much hype around Cooper Flag. Just an all-around type of forward. Can guard and play multiple positions. I cannot wait to see his career develop.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And in 2028, Cleveland poised, GA, to welcome the WNBA's 16th franchise.
Reviving the name and branding of the Cleveland Rockers, one of the W's inaugural teams that folded back in 2003, soon back on stage after a quarter-century hiatus.
He hits the second from the line. And here are the Cavaliers now, and this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
In their meetings last year, they split the season series. Happens a fair amount between teams from the East and West.
A somewhat surprising split. One team made the playoffs and the other was lottery bound.
And Mobley throws it down.
It must be nice to have a 7-footer like Mobley that you could just throw pretty much anything up there and he'll go get it.
Christie against Harden. Pass the flag. Washington sets the pick for flag. Stolen by Wade. Teardrop shot. And stolen by Christie. Stolen by Wade. Mitchell passes to Mobley. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Daniel Gafford.
The length of Mobley that's what's challenging for many defenders, which is why you pretty much resort to fouling him.
When you think about what makes Evan Mobley such a special talent, Richard, what comes to mind for you?
Well, his defense is already outstanding for a player of his age, and so seeing him add another Defensive Player of the Year award in years to come, that's what he needs to do. He needs to continue to be an anchor.
The first one falls.
One look at Evan Mobley, and you can see he is built for this position. The height, the length, he's got all the physical gifts that a power forward could ask for.
And both free throws good for Mobley.
And when you talk about Evan Mobley, you start with his defense. One of the best in the NBA at using that frame, reading the game, and making an impact on that end.
And that one's good. Quiet.
When you've got a small guy on you, you just have to take advantage of it. Nice, easy jumper for him.
That's to Harden. Shot clock at 6. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Bryant, he's checked in for Dean Wade. And now that we have a second, let's take a look at the job these point guards have been doing since the All-Star break. Tremendous assist numbers you see right there. 5th on the list, James Harden.
And these are the best passers in the NBA. No question about it. Every one of them is willing and able to be the floor general out there and make sure the offense is running at full speed.
It's fun to watch these guys in action. Their creativity, the vision they have, it's point guard play at its best.
And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. He's looking for Mobley and finds him. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Now, here's Washington. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. And it's flag missing.
still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
And it's Mitchell missing.
Usually he's a master in the midi, but not that time.
Pass to Christie. Gafford sets the pick for Flag. Down low, it's stolen by Bryant. Merrill with the ball. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And the basket by Harden.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Marshall deciding where to go with it. Christie against Harden. Here's Washington. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
Pass to Mitchell. Back to Harden. Bryant sets the screen for Harden. Clock at 6. And there's Bryant. That's good on the assist by Harden. And the Cavaliers lead by 20.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to Flag. Back to Christie. Now, here's Washington. Here's Flag. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks a lot, guys. The Cavaliers want Evan Mobley to rip and run. Coach Kenny Atkinson said with him pushing it in transition, he's just scratching the surface. You see him handle the ball sometimes, and you're like, man, this guy is a point guard. Back to you.
Yep, a tremendous skill level. Allie LaForce with that report. Great job as always, Allie. Thanks. And the Mavericks with possession here after the Cavaliers pick up 3. Christie finds Washington. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Flag. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Here's Merrill. Back to Harden. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Gafford, bounce pass. Christie kicks to Washington. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mobley's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Inside, stolen by Washington. Stolen by Harden. Floats it up there for Mobley, and Mobley throws it down.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Christie the pass to Marshall. Here's Flag, and Flag throws it down.
And you can't let this kid, Flag, get that good a position down low. Cooper will finish that every time.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. He's ready to talk things through with them. Checked in for Dallas. Chris Middleton comes in for Max Christie. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Here's Tomlin, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Schroeder looking over the floor. 6 on the shot clock. Launches it. The rebound by Middleton. So for Dallas, their last game a win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Now here's Marshall. Tight defense on him. Here's Flag. Kicks it down to Middleton. Pass to Marshall. One-on-one fast break. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
To the middle, it's deflected. And he gets it to go.
Give a good player a good look, and you know what the outcome will be.
The Cavaliers leading by 23, stolen by Martin. And here we go, fast break, Flag's got it. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Dennis Schroeder. Dallas shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Bagley, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. And it's Williams in for Marshall. James Harden, he's checked in for Cleveland. And so Harden will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Well, they weren't fighting through screens. Their closeouts and rotations were late. You name it, and let's just say they didn't do it on defense.
Now here's Middleton. Harden missing his last shot. And stolen by Bryant. Pass to Ellis. Bryant with the bounce pass. Here's Schroeder. Offline with his three. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And Middleton kicks to Martin. Now Flag. And here's Bagley. Defended by Bryant. The fadeaway misses off the left iron. Williams against Harden. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
He didn't even look worried about the time on the clock. Nice way to end a quarter.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. Cavaliers ahead, just dominating this one. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And guys, the Cavaliers enjoying a nice lead here.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
Martin is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Bagley. Then it's Thompson. And it's Williams at the one. So that's who Dallas starts the second with.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Middleton outside.
Come get it, come get it.
Six to shoot. To the inside. Bagley. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
That's the kind of toughness Bagley needs to show on every possession. Shake off the contact and finish through it.
Now, here is Harden. Last game with 30 points. Shoots it, and there's Bryant. That's good on the assist from Harden. Harden's got 6 assists in the game. And here is Williams. Middleton up top to the paint. Here's Bagley. Nice pass. Run into the rack perfectly for the layup. Bagley's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
Schroeder outside. Pass to Harden. Steps back and fires. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
People have said, Greg, he is a system unto himself. In fact, he said it about himself. James Harden's ability, GA, to break down defenses remains in rarefied air.
And even as he's lost a step now, his supreme skill level ensures he remains a threat on a nightly basis.
Here is Harden after the Mavericks pick up 3. Bryant, a screen on Thompson. The tray. It's rebounded by Dallas. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Yeah, your second unit, those reserves, they can swing a game.
Martin with a screen on Harden. And Williams, here we go. Up and in on the layup. Williams has got his first points of the night.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Now here's Harden. He's got 14. Bryant with a screen on Thompson. Off pass to Bryant. Hey! Harden against Thompson. Now here is Harden. D right on him. Over Thompson. Again, the miss by Harden. Mavericks trailed by 19. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Outside, Bagley. Middleton on the wing. And it's Tyson with the rebound. Cleveland leading by 19 points. Schroeder outside. Bryant passes to Harden. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Here's Schroeder. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Decent look from mid-range. You almost have to take that shot to keep the defense honest.
Ellis surveying the D. Schroeder right side. They could use a bucket. Over to the wing. Here's Tyson, covered by Mark. Pass to Bryant. And the dunk by Bryant.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Bagley. P.J. Washington comes in for Caleb Martin. Christie's checked in for Thompson. And Flagg subbed in for Williams. Then for the Cavaliers, Mobley, he's checked in for Bryant. And it's Mitchell in for Dennis Schroeder. And so it's Dallas with it. Pass to Christie. Stolen by Mitchell. Here he goes. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
The speed of that first step is just what makes Mitchell so difficult to contain.
And here's Middleton. A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Tyson. Back to Harden. Out to the wing. 5 to shoot. To the inside. Gafford with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Flagg's got it. Pass to Christie. Now Gafford. He's looking for Ellis and finds him. Mitchell dishes to Harden. Over in the corner, Ellis. Nailed from three-point land. Ellis has got himself on the board with 3 there. So you think about game preparation for an opponent. Richard, how different is that in the regular season versus the playoffs?
Oh, there's a significant difference. Not as much time in the regular season. You could be coming off 4 games in 5 nights. But in the playoffs, there is so much detail position by position.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's got 7. Pass to Mobley for the 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. 14 feet away. The shot's good from Christie. Christie's got his first basket of the night.
Not all his mid-range jumpers are created equal. That's one they'll take all night long.
Now here's Harden. Off on the layup.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Pass to Christie. 3-pointer. It's good for a second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
What a play right there by Flag. And this kid's vision is special.
Ellis outside. Back to Harden. And stolen by Flag. Pass to Washington. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
Oh, man, and that is why Mitchell has won a dunk contest before. He knows how to get a few style points.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. Mavericks trail by 20. Here's Christie. Flag sends a screen for Christie. And here's Middleton. Washington with this screen on Ellis. Got a piece of it. And then Washington with the dunk.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Harden kicks to Mitchell. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Gafford.
And now we get a chance to check in on Evan Mobley. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And trying to muscle up shots against him is tough. His body type makes it supremely difficult. Just a dominant rim protector all season. Marshall is checked in for Dallas. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Klay Thompson.
And sometimes you have to adjust your game as Father Time starts to take a toll. And I think we've seen that. He's still a valuable contributor. And look, what he may be doing less in terms of raw scoring output, his veteran presence certainly offsets.
Now here's Schroeder. Hasn't made one yet. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, Kevin. A high skill level in today's NBA. Dallas Mavericks coach and Hall of Famer Jason Kidd said these guys have gotten so good. Everyone can shoot threes and get their own rebound and make an assist. It's incredible what these young players are doing. Back to you, Kev.
The next generation. Allie, we thank you very much. Her passes to Mitchell. That 3 off the mark. Mavericks trailed by 18. Now Washington. He's got 9. Pass to Christie. Drains it from beyond the arc. Christie's got 8 points here in this quarter.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Here's Merrill. Here's the screen. Shot from 12. That one, no good. Some solid defense from Gafford. Pass to Christie. Now, here's Marshall. Dallas moving it around. Here's Gafford. The rebound by Merrill. The Cavaliers leading by 15. Nice move. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Cooper Flag.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First trip to the line for him here.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
That free throw, good from Merrill. And so Merrill nails both of them. Mavericks trailed by 17. Christie with it. And here's Marshall from the arc. Christie, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Mobley outside. Pass to Merrill. Loads it up there for Mobley. Stolen by Washington. Here's Christie. And here is Washington. Here's Gafford. Covered by Mobley. 6 on the shot clock. Now, here's Marshall. It's intercepted. Here's Merrill. Wade passes to Merrill. Bounce pass, Schroeder. Mobley against Gafford. Clock at 6. Here's Schroeder. Mavericks with the rebound.
Really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
Christie finds Washington. There's 47 seconds left in the first half of the game. Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got 6 rebounds in the game. Merrill on the wing, covered by Gafford. Christie against Schroeder. Christie with the rebound.
Well, he better buy his teammates dinner tonight because they've covered him for what has been a terrible, absolute terrible shooting display.
Inside, here's Gafford. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gafford's got his first bucket of the night.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And so it's Cleveland. 13 points up at the end of the period. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break.
They're measuring up the shot.
Hey everybody, as you know, both rosters tonight without a number of key pieces.
And the fact that Irving's on the sideline is going to make it hard for them. He lightens up his teammates' load with his prolific scoring, dynamic playmaking, and it's not fun for the fans. Kyrie is primetime entertainment.
And as for our game here, we have to talk about James Harden. That was quite a first half performance.
I tell you what, Harden doing James Harden things, shaking and baking, taking and making.
Man, that should be a new song, man. You like rhyming and diming. But that's what the beard's feared for. Get it? The beard is feared. And the defense is really what? Seared and scared. Ooh, see how I did that?
Not as easy as it appeared. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And it's a role we don't always see him in, but he's done a great job tonight getting the rest of his team involved.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for Cleveland. So on the floor for Cleveland. Harden out there with Mitchell. Then it's Sam Merrill. Then there's Mobley. And it's Wade in at the power forward position. Now here's Harden. And stolen by Christie. And Flagg gets it to go on the assist by Christie. That's 12 points for Cooper Flagg. Cleveland leading by 11. Pass to Wade. Back to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Shot from the wing. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Down low.
First personal foul. First team foul.
The Mavericks have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
P.J. Washington.
He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second. The Cavaliers leading by 10. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Harden on the move, and Cleveland turns it over again. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. And take a look at the Cavaliers. They've had a great season, and will look to extend that into the playoffs.
Well, I think for Cleveland, they've remained right there kind of in the middle of the playoff race, but we're so used to seeing this team be at the top of the heap. They have to be a little bit disappointed.
Pass to Marshall. Washington against Wade. Here's Flagg. Back to Christie. No good on the 3.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
Harden finds Merrill. Wade outside. Christie against Harden. Mitchell wide open. And it's off from three-point range. Mavericks trail by 10. And Greg, what stands out most about Donovan Mitchell's game?
I think it's his consistency. He's a fearsome scorer pretty much since he set foot in the league. And with his pull-up game, he can get his shot off against anyone.
Now Flagg following the three-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. Dallas no good that time either.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Now, here's Mitchell. 9 points in the game so far. Mobley, good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mobley's got 12 in the game.
Mobley is a gifted scorer down low.
Pass to Gafford. Now Christie. Washington sets the pick for Christie. Stolen by Wade. Now Merrill. Now here is Harden. Defended by Christie. Harden against Christie. Harden surveying the D. Aggressive finish by Harden.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Mavericks trailed by 14. Pass to Marshall. Back to Christie. Dallas moving the ball around. Now Gafford covered by Mobley. Gafford kicks to Washington. Here's Flag. He's defended by Merrill. And that one's good. Flag's got 4 this quarter.
This is how ferocious a scorer Flag can be, and it's why so many are excited about this kid's future. It has been a big scoring game tonight.
Now, here's Wade. Mitchell dishes to Harden. Mavericks with the rebound. Flag's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Christie. And here is Marshall. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope. His only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. And here are the Cavaliers now, following the score by Dallas. Here's Mitchell. Mobley against Gafford. The 3 from Harden. Another miss by Harden.
And he got a couple to fall from long distance in the first half, but still looking for that number 3.
Here's Flag. He's defended by Merrill. It's stolen by Wade. Lays it in off the breakaway. Wade's got his first points of the game. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Ryan's checked in. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. 5th, the Mavericks.
I think that's what really distinguishes them offensively. They really like to get out in transition.
Here's Christie. 10 points for him. Pass to Marshall. Now Flag. And here is Washington, covered by Mobley. Clock at 4. And Flag gets it to go on the assist from Marshall. Marshall's got his 3rd assist on the night. And so Harden will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. From downtown, Harden nails it from way outside.
He was solid in the first half from deep. He's a guy who can get hot. Let's see how he does here in the second.
Pass to Flag. Back to Christie. Now Washington. Here's Gafford. Defended by Bryant. Gafford passes to Washington. Marshall sets a screen for Flag. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Flag's got 9 points here in the second half. Now Mitchell. To the middle, and stolen by Flag. To the inside. Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Washington.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Here's Merrill. Back to Harden. Jacks up a 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
A staple of Harden's attack. His three-point shot is about as lethal as it gets.
Pass to Flag. Christie against Harden. And here is Washington. Wants to get it to Gafford and does. Here's Christie. Here's Flag. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Cavaliers leading by 11. Mitchell outside. Harden outside. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Harden's got 11 points in the quarter.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Christie the pass to Gafford. Pass to Flag. Shoots over Merrill. Hits the front of the rim and out. Cleveland's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Harden finds Mobley. Kicks it out to Bryant. And the Cavaliers with another 3.
They're great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Pass to Marshall. Now here's Gafford. Now Christie. Dallas moving it around. Here's Flag. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And here are the Cavaliers. 9 points in a row. Good run for them right now. Pass to Mitchell. Over to the left wing. Here's Mobley. Mavericks with the rebound. Gafford's got his 5th rebound in this one. Christie against Harden. Here's Marshall. Over in the corner, Washington. They set the pick. Shoots the 3. Traps in the tray. Flag's got a pair of 3s now here in the 3rd for the Mavs.
An effective three-point shot is going to be crucial to Flag's success in the NBA.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marvin Bagley's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Caleb Martin comes in for P.J. Washington. Chris Middleton's checked in for Flag. And it's Williams in for Christie. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Tyson's checked in. Ellis comes in for Sam Merrill. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Mitchell. And Porter subbed in for James Harden. Middleton against Ellis. Ryan sets the screen for Schroeder. With the drive. Pass to Tyson. Bryant with a screen on Martin. 5 on the clock. On the wing, Bryant. The good-looking shot from the wing. Bryant's got 16 points.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Now, here's Marshall. He's guarded by Schroeder. Middleton looking it over. Over Ellis. Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to 14, getting a little bit closer on the bucket for Middleton. Now, here's Schroeder. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Pass to Tyson. There's a screen by Bryant. It's tipped. It's stolen by Bagley. Martin inside. Now here's Williams, guarded by Porter. Williams sets a screen for Marshall. To the paint. And finished off by Martin.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Here's Tyson following the score by Dallas. Count it. He's got 18.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Yeah, ferocious at the rim. Bagley can finish with power or finesse.
Pass to Tyson. Shooter kicks to Ellis. And here is Bryant. Here's Tyson, covered by Martin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Ellis. Here's Tyson. Good work defensively by Martin. Puts up a deep 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. James Harden getting it done for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. Right back after this break. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart decision with the ball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got flag. Chris Middleton is out there with Caleb Martin. Then it's Williams. And it's Bagley in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. The Cavaliers leading by 12. Schroeder with the ball. Outside Bryant. Pass to Tyson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
One shot.
Mavericks trail by 15. Williams looking over the floor. Pass to Middleton. Here's the 3. And it's Tyson with the rebound. The Cavaliers shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. Harden dishes to Bryant. Here's Tyson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. Nancy's checked in for the Cavaliers. And he's good on the second. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Pass to Martin. Here's Flag. Bagley with a screen on Harden. Inside, it's tipped. Going inside, and Harden with the stuff.
Okay, I see the explosion. Look, Harden never ceases to amaze me.
Out to the right wing, down low. Here's Middleton. He hits it from 9. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Harden outside. Here's Tyson, covered by Martin. Pass to Tyson. Pocket 6. And no good. Great D that time from Bagley. Here's Flag. Williams, a screen on Ellis. Flag with it. Picked up by Ellis. Counted. Good. And now 24 points for Cooper Flag.
And no one expects this to be a key area for Flag, but he might consider folding it into his game now.
Now here's Harden. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Well, Greg, they're looking to make some big stops here to halt this rally.
And luckily, time is on their side, but this is on them. They need to play smart here.
Middleton with it, covered by Nance. Middleton left side. Nance with the rebound. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Cleveland. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Harden against Bagley with the step back. And the jam by Harden.
What a game from Harden, filling it up. James, look, everyone knows this man is just a gifted scorer.
Mavericks trail by 16. Pass to Middleton. Outside for Martin. From the arc. Good on the triple.
He's getting after it, but needs some help if they're going to get it done.
Cavaliers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. The Mavericks making a change here. Gafford's checked in. Cleveland also making some changes. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Nance. And Donovan Mitchell's subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I did listen in on Kenny Atkinson's huddle. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Now, here's Mitchell. Bryant with a screen for Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell drops the hammer.
It is not an easy thing to body up to Mitchell. He is built like an absolute brick.
Pass to Flag. Williams sends a screen for Flag. In the corner, it's Martin. Misses the 3.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Williams against Mitchell. Bryant with a screen on Williams. And it's Mitchell missing. Mavericks trail by 15. Now Williams. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Flag with it. Martin with the screen for Flag. 4 on the shot clock. That one wide left. The Cavaliers leading by 15. Harden the pass to Mitchell. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Here's Flag. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. That's now 26 points for Cooper Flag. Cavaliers have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Mitchell dishes to Bryant. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Flag, he gets it in there. Flag's got 28 points for the game.
And he's doing everything he can offensively to lift them out of this hole. But I'm not sure his hot shooting can do it alone.
Bryant finds Harden. Now, here's Mitchell. Defense right on him. Stolen by Mark. Pass to Williams. Here's Flag. Covered by Mitchell. This one for 3. And that one's good. Flag. Flag's got 9 points in the quarter.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
Now, here is Harden. Kicks it out to Ellis. Harden against Williams. And the rejection by Gafford. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And some changes here for the Mavericks. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Caleb Martin. Haji Marshall comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Max Christie in for Williams. Mavericks trailed by 11. Pass to Washington. Here's Marshall. And here is Washington. Here's Flag. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Here's Harden on the wing. Marshall defending. Harden up top. Four on the clock. Wade finds Merrill. Off the mark, and the drop continues.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Back to Christie. In the corner, it's Flag. A 3-ball. Up again. It's good on the putback. Gafford's got it back down to within single digits for the man.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Back to Harden. Mobley sets the pick for Harden. Pass to Mobley. And the rejection by Gafford. Dallas has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Now Flag. He's defended by Merrill. Now Flag. Count that one. Flag's got 11 points in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Mitchell outside. Wade sets the pick for Mitchell. Back to Harden. Absolutely fearless James Harden.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Mavericks trailed by 9. Now Flag. Christie against Harden. Flag with it. Beyond the arc. Mobley there for the rebound. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Cleveland. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
First personal foul. Third team foul. Sam Garrett. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And so Merrill nails both of them.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Washington.
Cavaliers foul. Dean Wade. Second personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Dallas, P.J. Washington. Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Cleveland leading by 10. Mitchell. And it misses.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Flag. Oh, softly lays it in.
And that's a tough shot by Flag inside. Aggressive coverage just doesn't seem to faze him.
Christie against Harden. Now Mobley. Gafford with the steal. 1:46 left in the game. Knocks down the 3.
And you know how many big games Flag played in college, but he looked really comfortable taking the shot there.
Now, here is Harden. Now Mobley fires the 3. Down it goes for 3.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the fourth.
Flag with it. He's defended by Merrill. Oh, that was a 2-hander.
That is a big-time bucket by a big-time player. Cooper Flag already building his legacy.
Harden up top, defended by Christie. Wade outside. Now Mobley. Harden outside. Just 5 to shoot. Gafford with the rebound. So guys, it comes down to this.
Time for your stars to shine.
And so they foul intentionally.
14 foul.
Mitchell is double. Harden. He's off from 3. What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
That one goes.
Using the size, Flag going to work around the rim.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
15 foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Both at the line. It's a 6-point ball game.
He knows how important it is converting at the line and building up this lead.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Six-point game. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Flag. It drops.
It looked like he was playing against his little brother out there, the way he just went right over him with his height.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
James Harden, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5. And the Mavericks call time here. They're trailing by 5. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
Now Flag shoots the 3. Outside, Christie jacks up a 3. Does not go. And an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul. Evan Mobley, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Let's now hear from Allie LaForce, who is courtside with our player of the game.
James, I'd love to know whether it's scoring, playmaking, or your defense. What aspect of your game are you most proud of?
Being able to play a full course of a game and, and make an impact every single play. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I have to do.
It's been fun to watch.
Great job. Thanks for that, Allie. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us on this presentation from 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, James Harden.